welcome to tonight's video. Tonight I've got a few bits and bobs for you to take a look at and a few things to talk about. But first of all, I'd just like to mention these. And these here, this CD album is by one of my all-time favorite groups. They're called BWO, and I believe they're from Sweden, I think. And I think they were started off by this guy here, who's called Alexander Bard, and he's probably best known for being a member of the other group from Sweden called the Army of Lovers. But the Army of Lovers actually ended in the early 90s, I think, or mid 90s, somewhere around that. I forget the exact year. And then Alexander Bard, I think, decided to form this group, and BWO stands for Bodies Without Organs, apparently. And I've heard him pronouncing the name of the band as Boo. I'm not sure how he gets that exactly, because BWO doesn't sound like Boo, it's like Boo or something. But yes, Bodies Without Organs, and this is the prototype album, it's called. I'm not sure, I don't think this is the first one, but it's got some of my favourite tracks on it. And for some reason, I've got like 3 albums by them here. This one's a compilation album with all their hits on, or most of them. There's some missing off this one actually. And I've got this one here as well. This one is called Halcyon Days. And they're all really good albums, but for some reason they've all got some of the same tracks like put on at the end and stuff. Actually, some of them are at the start as well. I don't know why they did that. I think they're just trying to fill the album up and stuff, instead of having loads of wasted space on the disc. I think that's what it is anyway. Anyway, some of my favourite tracks by this group, and I definitely recommend you check them out to see what you think of them yourself. There's one called Riding Through the Night. That's an excellent track. But I don't believe it was a single. That's a bit of a shame. I'm not sure why they didn't pick that one to be a single, because it's actually better than some of the singles in my opinion. And also another track is one of my all-time favourites, which is called Living in a Fantasy. The video for that used to be here on YouTube, but I think it's been removed for some reason. I don't know why. It is still on there. There's like a live performance of it, of some TV show or something. And there's also, I think there's a video where someone's made like a mashup video of like lots of other stuff. It doesn't feature the band in the video, it's just the song over some visuals. So there's that version as well if you want to check that out. It's called Living in a Fantasy. And the other one's Riding Through the Night, but I don't believe there's a proper video for that one. Someone might have made one, I haven't actually checked. But I'm thinking maybe there might be just the audio track with just a still image here on YouTube for that one. It's just an album track, not a single, like I say, so there's no official video for it. And another great track by them is called Voodoo Magic, which is a really good track indeed. But I believe they had some big hits with a track called Open Door, and there's 2 mixes of that on this album. One's like an up-tempo, more dance type remix, and the other one's more of like a ballad type version of it. That's the original. And yeah, they're not very, I don't know how well known they are in the UK, but I remember in the late 2000s they used to play some of their videos on MTV Dance and some of the other music channels that I used to watch, and that's where I first heard about them. They also had another great song called Right Here Right Now. That video is on here in several different versions, got several different mixes for it, but they've all got the same, more or less the same video. But the original version's on here in a high definition video from it's about 9-10 years ago, something like that, or 11 years ago, something like that. Because these packed up a few years ago, I forget exactly when, but they did pack in. They're no longer together, but they did do some concerts still right up to 2016, I believe, and TV performances and stuff. And Alexander Bard, by the way, there's a good picture of him. Him there, that's him there. He looks completely different to how he used to look when he was in Army of Lovers. And when he was in Army of Lovers, he had longish hair and he had like a goatee beard going on. And now he's got a shaved head and like a longer beard. And you really kind of recognize the guy. when I first found out about this group, I wasn't even sure that was him. I didn't know it was him. And he used to be one of the main singers in the Army of Lovers group, and he was really good as well. He did was it Judgment Day, and he did Obsession. You must have heard Obsession. That was a huge hit for the Army of Lovers back in the early 90s. So that one's a really good one. And also, I believe on this album, the BWO do actually do a version of Obsession on here, which is a really good rendition of it. Actually, I really like this version as well. So it's like a cover version, because I believe Alexander Bard wrote the song in the first place. I think he did anyway, because he is a musician. He does most of the plays most of the synthesizers and does the synthesizer programming and stuff. And he's really talented. He's also got a lot of books out. He talks about like politics and stuff, world affairs and stuff like that. He's quite renowned for it now, and he does talks like on stage at like special, what do you call them? You know, where someone like speaks on stage and talks about stuff. He's like I forget the exact description of someone that does that, but there's a name for it, which the name escapes me right now for some reason. It's not an entrepreneur. That's something else. That's like what you'd find on the TV show The Dragon's Den, isn't it? I don't think it's that. It's not an anarchist, obviously. It's something like, I can't think of the name, but it's something similar, like it's got an ist on the end or something like that. I might be wrong. But anyway, that is the Army of Lovers. They have got a couple of other albums out, 2 or 3 more, I think. I intend to pick up the rest of them if I can find them at decent prices online. I did find the last album, I believe it was the last one. The cheapest I could find it for was like £4.16. But I haven't ordered that one yet. That's the one with Right Here, Right Now on. But if you like electronic music or pop music or stuff like that, dance music and stuff, I highly recommend you check this group out. Because you might not like all of their songs. Like there's one called 16 Tons of Hardware, which was quite a big hit. But that isn't really one of my favourites. I don't think it's one of their best, to be honest. But for some reason that was picked as a single, and it did quite well in Sweden and Europe, I think. But like I say, some of the album tracks are a lot better than that one, way better. And Living in a Fantasy is just an amazing track in my opinion. It's one of the best songs I've ever heard, in fact. And the video for it was really good as well. It's just a pity that video doesn't seem to be on YouTube anymore. I don't know why they took it off, so that's a bit strange. Anyway, that's BWO. Right now I've got some more Blu Ray movies to show you that I've been picking up over the last few weeks or months. I do apologise if I show the odd one I might have shown in the previous video. I get mixed up which ones I showed, and you know, it takes a lot of time to go over all my videos again to find out which films I showed and in which video they're in and stuff. But anyway, here we go. The first one I've got here is, well, the front cover's a bit messed up because someone put a sticker that you can't get off over the front cover, and that's this one, which is Ocean's 8, starring Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, and a host of other famous female actors like Anne Hathaway. I believe Rihanna's in there as well, and can't think of the rest. But there's quite a few well-known female actors in there, female actresses rather. Some of them like to be referred to as actresses, and some of them prefer the term actor, even though they're female. Is that right? I think it is. I heard that before somewhere. So yeah, I was in two minds whether or not to get the Blu-ray version of this, to be honest. It's only on the slipcover, that price thing. I think it's an HMV sticker by the looks of it. But I didn't get this from HMV. I got it from somewhere online. I think it was on Amazon or eBay. I forget now. But yeah, I've seen this film. It was quite good. I wouldn't say it was amazing. The opening scene was quite impressive, with Sandra Bullock playing a trick on somebody. That was quite impressive, the way they did that and what she said and stuff to fool them and stuff. I like that scene. I thought there should have been a bit more tension in the film, maybe. But it was well shot. It was glossy looking and everything. Everything was like, the transfer was really bright and colourful and everything. So can't really fault it for that. So anyway, it should look just as well, about just as good as the 4K on Blu-ray, but it won't look far off, I should imagine. Because as you probably know, if you buy 4Ks, Anyway, a lot of them are upscaled anyway, so a lot of the time it doesn't make too much difference with a Blu-ray. And the next one I've got here, I was on the telly the other night, the TV, but I didn't record it because I've got it here, and this one is Geostorm. And this one was made for 3D. I don't know if it was converted into 3D or whether it was shot in 3D, I'm not 100% sure. But it stars Gerard Butler and Jim Sturgis, Abby Cornish, Ed Harris and Andy Garcia. I like most of those actors, particularly like Andy Garcia the best, I think. I'm not familiar with Jim Sturgis too much. I mean, I've heard his name around, I've seen him, but I don't know him that well. You know, he's not that familiar to us. But he, like I say, I don't know him that well. I know Ed Harris quite well because he was in The Abyss, of course, and he was in the Jim Carrey movie. What's it called again? The one where he's got the phobias of going near the water and stuff. Oh, The Truman Show, that was it. Yeah, he was in that, and of course he was in that segment in Creepshow, Stephen King's Creepshow, where a gravestone fell on his head, I believe, and killed him, crushed him to death. Not a pleasant way to die. Not that there is any pleasant ways to actually die, I should imagine, but anyway, we'll get off that subject. But anyway, here's the back cover of this one. I believe it does have some special features, but if you want to read that, I don't know if you can see them on here. Maybe a bit hard to see. And the exposure goes funny when I put the film right up to the camera. The next one I've got here, I'm pretty sure most of you Star Wars fans will have this one in your collection. This one is Rogue One, and as you can see, it's not the 3D version. I would have liked the 3D version, it's just it was bloody expensive, so I decided to get this one because this one was reduced down in price, and so I thought I'll pick this one up. But I still haven't watched it yet, as is the case with many of my Blu-rays at the minute. I've got this new Panasonic HD Freeview box recorder, and I've been trying to catch up with all the things I've recorded on there, and I'm still not doing very well with that either. I started recording bloody EastEnders and stuff, and I watched half of one episode last night. I thought, this is not for me, not watching any more of this shit. But so I deleted every single episode of EastEnders that I had on the recording recorder box, and so I'm not going to continue to record EastEnders anymore. But I am recording Emmerdale in Coronation Street for a bit. I just want to see what it's like, what they're talking about on the show and that, and what's going on with all the stuff that's going on in the minute, because I heard they're putting some of that into these soaps and stuff. But anyway, like I say, I've never watched this, but I heard it's pretty good. I think Big Paulie rates these films quite highly. I think he quite likes this one quite a bit, apparently. So he said. But he's got I think he might have a Blue Fans edition of this or something. I'm not even sure what these Blue Fans versions are. Are they like custom made or something by people or something? Or are they made by the proper film companies? I don't know how that works. If anyone knows, could you fill us in on that? Because I haven't got a clue what these Blue Fans versions are. I mean, I've seen Big Paulie with them, but I don't know. I don't think he explained actually what they are. Like, they look like special versions of things with like lenticular covers that the regular versions don't have and stuff, and extra discs in and stuff, like an extra 3D version and sometimes 3 discs in the pack and stuff like that. But if you know what those are or where they come from or how they're made or who makes them, let us know. I'll be very grateful for that if you could tell us. Anyway, so that's Rogue One, and here's the back cover of that one. Not too special, I wouldn't say. Next one I've got here, hope I haven't showed this before. I was nearly going to get this one on 4K as well, but the price was a bit up. So when I seen this cheap, I thought I'd pick it up. And this is the remake of it's not a remake, it's like a sequel to Mary Poppins, starring Emily Blunt. I think I've seen the first film, but it was a long time ago. I think Dick Van Dyke was in it. Yeah, I think he was. Is that the one where he sang Chim Chimney, Chim Chimney, Chim Chim Taroo or something like that? Yeah, I think Conan O'Brien used to take the mick out of the English accent when he was doing an impersonation of Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins, I believe. Yeah, that must be the one with the chimney sweep thing. Yep. But I believe this has some dodgy stuff in it. Because I saw some scenes from it when I was in Asda one week. They had it on the TV in the shop. And it was like, they were doing, like, basically Mary Poppins is for all intensive purposes a witch. But I don't think that they say that she is a witch in the film. But I haven't actually watched this version. But she was doing this thing where everybody was like upside down. And from what I've heard online and on TV shows and things, when things are turned upside down like that, it's like some sort of a satanic ritual type thing that turn things upside down apparently, and that's why they were doing it upside down in the film, I guess, because it's part of some sort of ritual thing. But that's what I've heard anyway. They mentioned it was an episode of Ghost Hunters International. And there was a guy on that show called Barry Fitzgerald from Ireland. And he said in one of the episodes there was a pentagram on the wall in this place they were investigating. And he said that's a satanic pentagram. He says you can tell because it's upside down. Because Satanists invert things to turn them upside down. So you've got like the regular pentagram, which has the 2 points at the bottom. But the satanic pentagram is the one that's turned upside down. So the middle point is at the bottom. And that's what Barry Fitzgerald said on Ghost Hunters International. But that show is no longer on anymore. They stopped making it. I hope they start doing that again actually. I doubt they will because Taps, the regular show, got scrapped. Because they fell out with the TV company or something over that scheduling and stuff and a few other things I think. But anyway, I'm getting off the subject. But that's Mary Poppins. And there's the back, which has 4 pictures. Woo, 4 pictures. That'll make a change. 4 pictures from the movie. And not sure what the extras are, but there's quite a few extras, but they're really small. I think you'll have a job reading them on here. You might need to get your binoculars out. Something. Next one I've got here is a comedy film which I've seen, which I enjoyed quite a bit. And it stars. Who did it star again? Sorry. I forgot her name. Oh yeah, Leslie Mann. That's her there. You should know her from films like the Change Up with Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman, and she was in a few other things. What else? I think she was in The Cable Guy. Yeah, I think she was in The Cable Guy, and she's been in a lot of things. I just can't think of them right now. Was she in Knocked Up? I forget now. She might have been, but she might not. Maybe my memory isn't serving us too correctly on that one. I'm not sure. Maybe someone can put us right on that because I've had only less than 4 hours sleep, so I'm a bit all to hell tonight. In my video that I made earlier, I was well all to hell on that one. I could hardly string a sentence together on some parts of that, but then again I was really hungry as well, so I hadn't eaten and I felt really crap. So I tried to do my best under the circumstances. But anyway, this is a good film about some parents who are keeping tabs on their kids and stuff, following them around all over the place and stuff. I think it involves mobile phones and internet stuff and all that, all the technology, you know. But there's some really good funny scenes in this film, and it's shot in the CinemaScope ratio. I remember that 2:35:1 or 2:39:1. Yep, and it's got that wrestler that was in the Marine, John Cena. He's in it as well. And this guy that sort of looks like Mark Wahlberg at times. I don't know his name, but he's in it. And I'm not sure who these girls are, to be honest. I'm not really familiar with those. And on the back, you have I've never liked these banners that go across, as I've said before. And it's got a few bonus features on there if you want to try and read those if you're interested. So that's Blockers. The next film I've got here, I've seen half of it actually, to be honest. I haven't seen all of it. Because the first time I watched it, I actually switched it off. But it's this one. It's called Adrift. And there's another film called Adrift as well, made before this one, which was the sequel to Open Water. It was called Open Water 2 Adrift. Sometimes it was just called Adrift, depending on which version you got. But that was a really good film. This one, when I started watching it, I was a bit put off because there was like lots of flashback scenes all the way through from the start, pretty much. I mean, it might be good if you stuck with it, But I wasn't in the mood that night. I think I was really tired and stuff, and I was like, ugh. But I've since found out that Shailene Woodley, or however you pronounce her name, she was the girl in Divergent, and I watched that after I watched this one. I didn't realise that was her in this, and she was good in this from the bits I saw, but she was also, for some reason, I'm a bit puzzled about this. It's not that type of movie, but I'm not sure if it's based on a true story. It might have been, but like, for some reason, during most of the bits that I saw, she was like soaking wet, and she had like a flimsy t-shirt on, and you know what's sort of sticking out during all the scene. It was like, I didn't expect an actress like her to be like dressed like that sort of thing. Like it was almost like a wet t-shirt competition, if you know what I mean. So I guess that was kind of interesting, but I don't know if she's 100% my type, to be honest, but I quite liked her in Divergent. So maybe I've taken to her a bit more since I watched that one. But when I watched her in this one, she looked kind of different because she had like, her hair was different and stuff. So, and she was also in that The Fault in Our Stars or something. Yeah, I've got that one as well, but she was really good in that. She had really short hair in that one. But in this one, she's got long hair for the most part, as far as I remember. Yeah, she has. There's pictures on the back. She's definitely got long hair. And yeah, so I'll have to watch this one again. I didn't watch it on this Blu Ray. I watched it somewhere else. I forget where it was now, but I had it on. And it was in HD though, I remember. So that's Adrift, which might be possibly based on a true story. And the next one I've got here, I was also nearly going to get on 4K, but I saw this one at a reduced bargain price, so I thought I'll get this version for now. So this is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, and that's a mouthful and a half, to say the least. See if I can say it again: Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. I should get an award for that, or at least a like. But no, man, I'm just joking. I like the cover on this because it's got some of my favourite colours. Believe it or not, one of my favourite all-time colours is bright pink. I used to have a pink and white phone. I used to get the mick taken out of it, something rotten for it, but I didn't care. It was one of these flip open type phones. I think it was a Motorola, where it knacked up. The screen started like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, so I thought, oh shit, it's knackered in it. That was a while ago. That was before the smartphones came out, obviously. But I still enjoyed that phone. I like the buttons and the way it was designed and everything. But anyway, I'm getting off subject again. Sorry about that. But I like the colours, the bright blue and the pink and all that. And I believe there's another couple of covers for this, like on the Steelbook, and the 4K version is different, I think. I think the 4K is different. I forget now. I think it might be. And here's the back of this one. Obviously it's got Margot Robbie in the lead role. I believe, of course she was in the Suicide Squad, and that's what this is taken from. But I still haven't even watched bloody Suicide Squad, believe it or not. But do you have to watch this one after Suicide Squad, or will it not make any sense? Or can you just watch this one, straight away without having seen Suicide Squad? Anyone know? Let us know if you know that. Yeah, the answer to that. I'd be grateful for that. Right, so that's that one. I haven't seen it, but it's got special features on the back. I don't know what you want to see them, or you could just go to Blu-ray.com. They'll tell you all the special features. If you don't know about Blu-ray.com, it's a pretty good website, but it's pretty hard to navigate on your phone. That's for bloody sure. I tell you that much. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I can't type anything in the search box. I have a million attempts to type something. Clicking the thing, and it keeps clicking the wrong things all the time. It's a nightmare. It's easier on the computer actually. And I've just got one more to show you. Sorry about the length of this video. I try to do them shorter, but I rabbit on too much. So the next one I've got here is another film I haven't seen, but it's called Searching, and it stars John Cho, who's probably most famous for starring in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, or if you live in my country, it's best known as Harold and Kumar Get the Munchies, because they changed the title because no nobody knew what White Castle meant hardly in this country. I think White Castle, what the hell's that? But apparently it's obviously a fast food place, just like Burger King or McDonald's, KFC. But we don't have White Castle over here to my knowledge, unless they've just opened one somewhere and I don't know about it, but I don't think they have. But anyway, this is like guy looking for his, I think is he looking for his girlfriend or something? He's looking for somebody, I know that much. Because it says on the front, obviously he's searching for something. I don't think he's searching for a 4K version of a certain film he's after or something like that. But because he is on his phone there, he could be looking for a 4K. You know, he could be looking for, say, I don't know, the Astra at a bargain price or something. You never know. But I don't think he is. I think he's actually looking for a person. That's probably more likely, yeah. I think this film's a bit like Catfish, I've heard. You know, where there's a lot of shots of like shots of internet, like browsing on the internet and stuff, like video clips on this and your computer screen and stuff like that. But it should be interesting. It's a thriller. I don't know if it's based on fact. I don't think it is, but I'm not sure there either. So I don't know. Anyway, here's the back of this one. And these are all UK titles, by the way. You probably noticed because they've all got the little UK BBFC, British Board of Film Classification certificate in the corner. Which, if you're in America, you'll know your titles don't have that. In fact, your titles don't even have a certificate on the fronts, full stop. Your certificate is hidden away tiny on the back of the covers, isn't it? Yep, I know all about that because I've got lots of titles from America. So, yep. And the Australian ones, their certificates are bloody huge. They take up most of the space on the front cover, and so do the German ones. But you can sometimes reverse the German ones, and so you don't have it on the front cover. Anyway, I better stop now. I better stop rabbiting on too much. So anyway, there's some suggestions for you if you haven't bought any of these or rented them or whatever you do. You might just use Netflix, I don't know. But there's some suggestions for you if you want to watch some decent movies. Like I say, I haven't seen all of them, just some of them. So that's it for me for tonight for now. So if you've enjoyed this, could you please give us a little like if you don't mind. And just like to thank you for watching, and don't forget, if you've got anything you'd like to say or ask me, don't hesitate to put it in the comments below, and I shall get back to you as soon as possible. That is a promise. So thanks for watching everyone, and I shall see you all next time. So bye for now. Ta-ra.